Hi there! Welcome back to another episode on how to make a game in Java for Android. Today we will continue our work by connecting two doorways together so that we can enter one and spawn on the other one. I also want to thank Tucker for his donation of 5 coffees. I hope that your coding adventure goes well, sir. Thank you for your support. Now, let's go. Just a quick reminder, all of the code I cover in my videos can be found on GitHub. Each episode will have its own branch. There's also a Discord server for this channel. Come in and say hello. If you wish to go the extra mile to support my work, you can do that on my Buy My Coffee page or becoming a member here on YouTube. Links can be found in the description below. What we can start with is to just check our current state and where we are at the moment. So we take a look here. Start out as normal, and when I run to this doorway, I enter the house. But I enter the house in a very random spot. Not good at all. And I want to go here and exit the house. And when I do enter this house, I want to spawn, well, in the doorway. So that is what we're going to do today. Let's take a look at our doorway class here. And when we create the doorway, we ask for the hitbox and also where this doorway leads to. But we need to change this, so we're going to keep the hitbox, that makes sense. But we're going to change the game map here to the game map it is currently in. So it will simply say what game map we are in. And then when we connect two doorways together, we can simply ask the other doorway to give us the map that doorway is in. With the hitbox, we can also spawn where that hitbox is, or that doorway is. That's the plan anyways. So let's see what we need to do first. We can probably begin in the doorway class. And we're gonna change some names here. First, we're gonna change the game map name to give us a little bit more insight to what it actually is referring to. So game map located in. Select all, yeah, fine. It even changed this one. Perfect. What else? We do need to have a private doorway connected to. So we will not set this one in the constructor. We will simply call a method in here and connect them to. And let's add that method. I think is the best way of doing it. Connect doorway. And those two. Then we're going to ask for a doorway. And destination doorway. That's good enough. Then we say this dot doorway connected to equals destination doorway. Should we have the same name maybe? Destination doorway connected to. We can keep it like that. Then we want to be able to call a doorway and get the connected doorway. So public get doorway connected to. But right here, we might have some sort of error coming up because we never set this in the constructor. It could be null. So we just if doorway connected to is not equal to null. That's how we do it. Return that else, return null. I think you can simplify this, but we can worry about that later. We might also want a public .f getter so we can get the position of the hitbox. Get position of doorway, return new .f, hitbox.x, no not x but left, hitbox.top. I think we're done in the doorway class for now. We're gonna get back here soon. But for now we're gonna move on to another class. And that class is the HelpMethods class. As I mentioned, we're going to ignore this entire method. We're not going to use it anymore. But we're going to keep the code in the method for reference to what we had before to what we have now. We want to create a method here, public static void. It's not going to return anything. And this one will do connect to doorways. Yeah, we can just call it like that. And in this method, we're going to ask for the game map1. And we don't have a doorway ready to just give, because a doorway, like we create here, requires a rectangle or a hitbox and also the map that it is in. But what we can do when we call this method is to give it the hitbox. So we're gonna ask for a rectf, rect1, or let's call it hitbox1. Then we're gonna ask for gamemap 2 and rectf hitbox 2. All right. Let's assume that we already have figured out, before calling this method, the hitbox for both of those doorways. Then it will be very simple. We just say doorway 1 is equal to new doorway. We're gonna ask for, or give it, the hitbox 1, and then gamemap 1. And it is where it's located in, not where it goes to. That's the change we did just recently. Then we can of course copy that. We can say doorway 2, hitbox 1, no, but hitbox 2, and then gamemap 2. All right, and now we just need to connect them. And we had a method here we just made, connect doorway. Of course, we could add more here by going destination doorway.connect doorway this. So it automatically connects these two together. But this method calls this method that calls this method, and we're going to have an infinite loop. So we're not going to do it like that. We're simply going to do it by saying doorway 1 dot connect doorway 2, and then doorway 2 dot connect to doorway 1. And we do it like this because this allows us to go into one doorway in one direction, come out another doorway. We might go back in the same doorway, but we end up somewhere else. So that could be an interesting puzzle map. It's just an option later down the road if we want to use it. The rule is not that two doorways always have to lead to each other. They could be a triangle, it could be 4 doorways that leads around in a circle, however you want. The option is there. But this method is now done. But how do we get the hitbox for each of them? If we take a look in the map manager, how we create our doorways right now, first we create the maps, nothing special there and nothing new, but we say here, add doorway to game map, this map leads to this map, and you can find a doorway at this position for that building. But we only have building in one of those maps. This one, this first one, outside map, we don't have a building for the inside map. So we want to say a specific XY position, that position right there. There you can find a doorway. So we have a way of creating a doorway by using the building. Now we need a method that creates a doorway based on tile position on that map. And a quick look again, we have our inside array or inside map. We have the doorway right here. I'm pretty sure it's in the middle at the very bottom. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So index 6 for Y, and then for X it's 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3, 6 is the position in the map regarding tiles where the doorway is. So let's remember that. So first let's create the hitbox for inside map, so to speak, where we're just going to give it a position on the map where it is. Public static. It's going to return a rectangle. So rectangle float, create hitbox for doorway. So all we will need is a int x tile, int y tile. And I don't think we need to specify what map it is, because it's just a position. We get a hitbox, and with the hitbox we create a doorway, and doorway connects the hitbox with the game map. So yeah, I don't think we need a game map in the method. So all we need to do here is do some simple math, which is float x equals x tile times game constants, I think. We have sprite, and then we have size, and we have default size. It's size because, yeah, size. Then float y is equal x, no x tile, but y tile times game constants dot sprite dot size. And we get the position on the map in pixels. So then all we need to do now is to return new rectf, yes, x, y, x plus game constants dot sprite dot size, y plus game constants dot size. And I think that is good enough for that method. Now let's clean this method up. We can actually just name it the same, but we're gonna ask for different things. It's the game app located in and the building index we need. So let's just take these. Let's do that. Game app target we don't care about. We care about the where it's located and what index. We're not gonna use the X tile and Y tile in here, so we're gonna remove it. But if we take a look up here, we do map located in, array list, get the building, get the building, get the building. So why not just create a temporary building is equal to, let's import that class and say game app located in, get building array list, get building index, or get that building. So now we have the building we're referring to, so we don't have to type all of this out every time. Now we just need to say building. So building dot get position dot x. And I don't think we need a times size there. No, we do not. Building dot get position dot y. And up here we can see that we get a temporary hitbox, or the hitbox for the doorway, also top left corner. So we just need to go house plus the hitbox position, or rather the hitbox plus the house position. Let's see if we can do the same here, but just copy this, because it's almost the same method. Then we have hitbox x, or hitbox plus. So with the hitbox we can probably finish this one. Hitbox.x, no, not x, but left plus x. Hitbox.top plus y. Hitbox.right plus x. Hitbox.bottom plus y. That is correct. Yes. So now we can call this method, and to get the hitbox for each of them, we have this one if we only have the tiles, and this one if we have a building. Now we can probably test this very soon. So let's go to our map manager and comment this one out where we add the doorway. So we're gonna say HelpMethods dot, not class, but connect to doorways, the outside map. And I would need a hitbox, but the hitbox we get from HelpMethods dot create hitbox for doorway, and it's in the outside map, and the index is 0. And we can probably minimize this a little bit, so we get, there we go, now. And then we need the inside map with HelpMethods dot create hitbox for doorway. And where was it? It was 3 and 6. And that should connect those two. Let's add one more line there. So it's the outside map with this hitbox. It's the inside map with this hitbox. Does it look correct? I think it does. And we need to do one more change, and that's in our playing, where we check for doorway. I don't think this is changed. Is player on doorway? Is player on doorway? Get the doorway list. If it's on that doorway, return the doorway. Okay. And here we say if the doorway is not null, we're gonna change the map, and we're gonna get the doorway players on. Get game map located in. No, but because the doorway located in is simply where the doorway is, not where it leads to. So we could get doorway connected to, we can say that, let's do that. Get doorway connected to, get game app located in. So that could, yeah, that could work. But this method is also hiding a bug that I just realized, because we're looping through the current map and all those doorways on that map. But this method that we just had, or that we used, add doorway to game app, this is the line where we add the doorway to the game app, so the game app knows how many doorways are on that map. But we don't have that here anywhere. So what we're going to do, we can go into the doorway. I think that's simpler. So we should simply say here in the constructor, game app located in dot add doorway. Well, add this doorway to this game app. Done. Will it work? I don't know. Let's see. We did a lot of coding. Hopefully at least starts. It does. Okay, let's see. Boom! We changed the map. Holy smokes. Will this one work then? Oh my god, we can go out, in. It's perfect, almost. We're still spawning off, so let's see. Poof, I spawned there. Not correct. I spawned there. I should spawn on this one. Okay, let's fix that. The reason why we are spawning off a little bit is because we never took into account the camera X value from one map to another map of different size. That is something we're gonna fix right now. Let's go to our change map method here, and it simply says current map, change to this one, done. Here we're gonna calculate some values for our camera. And it won't be too difficult. We simply need to know float values. Then camera X is equal to main activity dot game width divided by 2, because that's the player. Player is always in the middle, so we need something to start with. Minus the position of the doorway is X, but we don't have that here, so let's ask for it. Point float target doorway location. Yep, that's good. Dot X. And then float CY equals main activity dot game height divided by 2 minus target doorway location dot Y. Because if it was 0, then the map or the image would simply be drawn from top left, 0, 0, and then out. And with half of the screen, we're gonna have the map in the middle. So where the player is where the top left corner of the map is. And then we simply need to move the camera so rather the player looks like he spawns on the doorway. So these are the values we're gonna change the camera to. So what we do is to say playing. We don't have playing, do we? No, we never get playing. So we're gonna ask for playing in the constructor. Playing. And this dot playing equals playing. But we don't have playing here yet. We have it now. Private playing. So now we can reference and use whatever inside playing. So down here, playing dot, and we also need a method, I think. And up there, well, let's add it here. Public void set camera values. We're gonna ask for a point float, point F for camera X, camera position. Then this dot camera X equals camera position dot X. This dot camera Y equals camera position dot Y. Do we need to do anything else? No. And that is going to update it all, but since we're already in here, oh, we need to call it, of course. Set camera values. new pointf cx cy. Yes, but since we're using camera x in this class, we might as well update them right away. So camera x equals cx, camera y equals cy, like that. Playing gives us error, and that's because the game app, but it also needs target doorway location. You know what? Let's change this so it doesn't ask for the game app, it asks for doorway target. Because the doorway target have game app located in, and then target doorway location, and then this one to doorway target dot get position of doorway x, doorway target dot get position of doorway dot y. Alright, that looks good. Now we just need to change that up here. If doorway is player's null, change map, doorway player is on. No, not doorway is on, but doorway connected to. Change map, let's double check. Doorway target, yes. Yes, that looks better. Error is now not gone. Why that? Why is that? Oh, this. We need to give map manager a playing. How about that? Let's see if this works. All right, let's start it. Let's see if I can change like before. Oh, mama. Like we're going back and forth. And that is because when we do enter, let's see if we have it here somewhere. Change map. Or here. We return the doorway the player's on, and because the player is on a doorway, we change the map. Simple as that. But once we do change the map, we wanna wait for the player to leave the doorway before we can change the map again, so we don't get that back and forth flickering that we just got. So up in our playing is where we do the changes, right? Yes, we did. So we're gonna create a boolean up here, private boolean, and we're gonna call it doorway pass, doorway just passed. I think that's a decent name, tells us what it is, and let's add a public here. So public void set doorway just passed, boolean doorways just passed, this dot doorways just passed equals doorway just passed. All right, now we need to use it and check for doorway. If doorway player is equal to null, change doorway. If not, doorway just passed, meaning it's false. We haven't changed it. All right, then we can change it. But otherwise, if we're not on a doorway, we want to say else, not capital, but else, if doorway is just passed equals false. Or we can simply say doorway just passed equals false, because if we are not on a, yeah, so let's just go like that, else doorways just passed. I think that's gonna work. Yeah, that looks correct. Now we just need to set this true. Change map, playing dot doorways just passed true. Done. Will this work? Let's go up here. And yes, it does. Yeah, that's perfect. It's a slight offset when we spawn, but that is because of the size of the hitbox. It's not the same as the tile, but that is something we can fix later. It's for polishing and doesn't change anything right now. So we're gonna leave it at that. And yeah, it works great. There we go. We can now enter and leave the house as we see fit. Kinda neat, huh? If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like and subscribe button. Until the next episode, take care now and have a wonderful day. Bye.